just another drive pedal. It's also a fantastic preamp that seems to have been developed for bass. So let's go into details. Welcome back to the What a Bass. Before we start with the review, in the last video about the Moody Sounds Gerd Müller, I said that I was following a manga series on Netflix, and I meant anime. Though I did realize my mistake on my own once I published the video. My kids, who are fans, not of my channel but of animes, kindly pointed out the error to me without making me feel like an idiot at all. With that being said, back to the Logan. First of all, I would like to start with the hidden features inside the pedal. There are two mini trim pots. One is for blending the clean signal in, and I believe it starts at around 50 to 60% to full wet. And the other determines the Q or bandwidth of the mid frequencies, and we will get back to this later on. So for the video, I set the blend at around 2/3 because that's the sweet spot for me. We are also using every now and then the Cirrus delay reverb pedal, a superb ambient effect. The bass simplifier is there to make the general sound closer to a mic'd up bass amplifier, although both the preamplifier and the cap sim are blended at 50% only, which is a good compromise and allows you to hear properly what the Logan sounds like. To my ears, it's a low to mid gain overdrive. Let's listen to its character with the gain set to around noon and the mid function off. As I said in the introduction, this is also a fantastic preamp for bass. The lows add low-end body to the sound around 70-80 Hz, but that's a wild guess. And the highs, clarity and sparkle at around 4 to 5 kHz perhaps, without the hiss that other preamps might boost in the process. The parametric mids boost or cut frequencies from 100 Hz to 2.4 kHz. The trim pot selects the Q or bandwidth from narrow, which is great for wah effects, to wide, which is better for general EQing purposes. So in the next example, we are cutting mids at around 400 Hz with the Q set to center. To beautifully define and warm up this signal with a beautiful Ampeg-ish modern sound signature. Pre-post switch is only for the mid function and selects whether it goes before or after the drive. Pre adds more saturation to the drive but less color to the signal, while post adds mids to the output signal. Let's turn the tone knob of the bass guitar all the way down and the drive knob all the way up on the Logan, and compensate the increased signal level by lowering the volume. Contrary to other drive pedals we tested, this one doesn't do quite well the low bass guitar volume, high gain pedal. It just doesn't saturate if you don't feed it with enough signal level. My guess is that there's a lot of headroom and it does play really well with a fuzz or distortion pedal in front of it, thus reinforcing its preamp usage. Let's go for a modern sound, easy to do with this pedal, by boosting mids at around 1.5 kHz and setting the drive knob at around 3 o'clock. We get a transparent yet not overly too aggressive saturated sound. A great balance indeed. For the last song, we will select the narrowest Q and use an expression pedal for a wah effect on the two leads. Mids on the left are set to pre for a more piercing wah effect, and post for a more natural wah effect. Same thing for the two bass signals. Left is set to pre for a more saturated signal, and right to post for a fatter sounding signal. There you go, a real overdrive / preamp pedal for bass disguised as a guitar pedal. A great tool for both live with its mid function to pop up in the mix, and studio for the quality of its preamp. The graphics are beautiful, as is the build quality. The only thing missing perhaps on this pedal is a insert loop and a DI out to make it a 100% bass preamp that could compete with the most famous brands out there. But you could always use a proper DI box. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like if you did, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.